Hi, I'm your host, Anna.
And I'm your other host, Faby. And this is Amores Patos, where we have fun and talk about
duck facts,
duck lore,
duck teens,
and Ducktales.
Welcome to the 5th episode of Amores Patos, in which we review the Birthday Beagle Massacre. If you're just joining us now, my name is Anna.
And I'm Faby.
This is our podcast where we review every single episode of the 2017 series Ducktales, and just review it, talk about it, tell us stuff we liked, and we haven't done this yet for some reason, but in the cover art that Fenton at dystopiangraffiti@tumblr.com made for us, I am the duck with the blue hair. We haven't talked
about who we are, really.
Which one's which?
Yeah, which one's which? I'm Faby. I'm like the brown duck with like the glasses and the Betty Page bangs.
Yeah, I don't know why I haven't done that yet.
It's weird, yeah. I don't think, like...
RB.
People probably know Anna more. She has a more poppin' Tumblr. I'm just kind of...
Poppin' and lockin'.
I'm just there. But yeah, that's... So you have a better idea of who's who.
We're Latinas talking about ducks.
It's great.
Yeah.
All my roommates ask me, where can I listen to it? I'm like, just look for it. I'm not gonna, give you the raw copy of it.
Well, if they have iPhones, they can listen on iTunes on the podcast thingy. Or...
Apparently one of my friends listened to it. He said you sound adorable.
Oh, shit!
And that you're very professional. I was
am? Oh, that's so sweet.
I was like, oh. I was surprised. I was like, wait, you actually listened to it? He's like, yeah. I was like, oh, thank you so much.
So sweet. I'm not telling any of my friends that I'm doing this. My roommates, I mean. Well, one of them knows, but I'm not going to tell her where to listen to this.
No, my roommates know, but I keep telling her to, look for it, but she just keeps forgetting. It's the same roommate, my actual roommate, who, if you guys heard in the first episode, there was an interruption, or, I went, oh, sorry, I'm distracted by the phone. I wasn't just being rude. Yeah. I had received, 3 calls.
Yeah. From the roommate.
Yeah, and then from my roommate, and then I asked her, afterwards, what happened? Are you okay? She's like, oh, I legit just wanted to interrupt the recording. That was the entire reason she called, just to interrupt. I was like, you're fucked up.
Yeah, my mom listened to this.
That's so good.
She said she liked it, even despite the swear words.
We just get so passionate. Yeah. And I swear all the time.
Yeah. It's freedom.
Well, Anna, you don't swear at all. Doesn't need to...
She already listened. She knows.
But yeah.
But we got a little off topic. I hope this isn't your first episode. Just because, there's 4 episodes before this that you can listen to first instead of this one. But if you're listening now, welcome. Thank you for tuning in.
Yes, thank you. This is kind of confusing. It's the first episode we've recorded after actually releasing an episode. We're still editing the previous 2 episodes, but... they'll be out soon.
Yeah, and we're trying to catch up on episodes, so we're going through, reviewing, 2 episodes. A day.
Yeah, when we get together.
Yeah, when we can.
If you want a recording, studio update, we're now at another music room, but we're actually sitting down on chairs. Which is really great.
It's a magical experience. Mine swivels. I got the swivel chair.
Damn, I got the plain chair.
We'll switch in the next one.
Ooh. But
so this is, before we get into the episode... Duckworth Watch. Make sure I don't forget. I wrote it down so we do it in the first thing. Duckworth Watch. 5th episode of Ducktales. Still no Duckworth.
No Duckworth. Well, it depends on what theory you subscribe to.
Yeah, so far, the only theory we've got... Well, there is the potential theory that Big Time Beagle is actually going to become Duckworth because of how much he's being put down by Ma Beagle.
He's going to have a change of heart, which is the theory I'm sort of rooting for. because it's kind of like...
Is it the only one we got?
Yeah, it's the only
that
thing
or
we got.
he's dead.
Exactly, he's dead. Like, because, like, Frank Angones, he keeps saying, that he already has appeared a few times.
So it's like,
he's
where?
in the intro as well.
Yeah.
So, like, that's the only thing that makes sense to me. Unless someone else is gonna have, like, a change of heart. But that doesn't make sense. Yeah. I don't know.
And then we're also introducing... This is all me, I'm sorry. We're introducing a Benzino Gasolini watch. Hopefully we'll put like a clip of him saying something ridiculous.
I'll find something really dumb.
Benzino Gasolini is you would not know him unless you watched the original episode of the 1987 series of Ducktales madly like I did and picked out this really, really weird character. He's a pig pilot, like Formula One racer, professional playboy.
He's weird. He doesn't look like a pig sometimes. He just looks like a dude. Yeah, and it creeps me out. He has like the pig nose and shit, but he's super tall and skinny. He's like a skinny Porco Rosso. He got the mustache and like this like coiffed hair. Yeah. But like he's a stereotype too.
Yeah,
no, really bad. If you can tell by the name, like that's
Benzino Gasolini. He like makes a pizza in the air on his plane, but like I'm not gonna get into him, Benzino Gasolini. He's in the episode Top Duck, which he has a really weird scene in there. But
it's crazy.
It's weird. Like, we'll put in a clip, a line from him. He's weird.
Way, you look like a classic kind of a guy. I'm like that.
Yes, one can never be too classy.
Way, you got a nice little place here. Only hotel, I'm never stay inside.
But we're starting a watch for him because I really want him in the show very badly.
We'll see who we get.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's one episode in. We haven't seen him yet from what?
Yeah, but so far, no Benzino.
Damn. Okay.
But yeah, so this is the Beagle Birthday Massacre. I keep fucking it up and calling it the Great Beagle Massacre.
Which is fucking horrifying, Anna. That's horrifying.
I don't know why I keep thinking that.
It's like the Valentine's Day Massacre.
Yeah, like, I don't even... I'm sorry. Anyway, let's get into the episode.
Let's go.
So how did it start?
It starts off with Huey checking off some stuff.
Yeah, so the boys and Webby going out on the bay, on, like, the kids have this little boat, like, this little, like, rowboat canoe type thing, and they're planning on going out for a fun-filled day of being on the bay.
Shenanigans. Yeah, they're just... I couldn't figure out, like, the timing of this episode. Is this in the morning?
It looks like it's, like, it's, like, early afternoon.
Okay,
it's like maybe 2.
I love the colors.
Yeah, it's really nice colors.
It's very pretty.
And I'm forgetting the order, like, because we know the episode order, the intended episode order was kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
So I can't remember where this episode was supposed to be. It's probably where it should be, but...
I think so. I think this one's in the right order. Is this, like, the one that... After this one, I think that one's, like, in the wrong order.
Yes, Terror of the Terraformians should have been, like, one of the last ones of, like, this, like, 8-episode block we've gotten.
Mm-hmm.
But, anyway.
Yeah, we see they're packing stuff, and then Webby shows up, and she's like, we have a hot dog vest.
A hot dog costume. And it's just life vest with hot dogs tied to it. And it's because, in case they get lost at sea, and one of them, probably Louie...
goes mad with hunger.
And the hot dog costume will keep him away because Louie hates hot dogs.
I was like, it like threw me off because I was like, oh, they'll eat the hot dogs, you know? But no, it's like to keep Louie away
from eating them. And Louie agrees. He's like, I do hate hot dogs. It's like, no, Louie.
And then what I saw is like, doesn't like a seagull take away one of the vests?
Yeah, it does. In the back, it takes it.
That cracked me up.
And we get a continuing thing in the episode is Louie and Dewey, like, antagonism. Like, just, like, sibling...
fuckery.
Sibling fuckery, sibling fighting, like, just normal stuff.
I liked it a lot. Like, they actually interact with each other. They, like, fuck around.
Yeah, and, like, Dewey is just, like, #1 dad.
He
like,
is. He's
checklist,
so good.
Like, they have all their supplies. Just being a dad. Yeah, and then, like, we learn Captain Lost.
The Captain Lost story, oh my god.
Because Webby's asking, like, what she can do.
Yeah.
And she's like, I can handle the map. Because, like, one of the kids has the oars, the other one has the canteen.
The canteen, yeah.
The whatever. And they're like, nah, like, Huey always handles the map because Louie got them lost last time.
Like, they start chanting, Captain Lost, Captain Lost.
And Webby doesn't, it's an inside joke that Webby doesn't get.
She's like, oh, I don't really get it. They're like, oh, you had to be there. And she's like, okay. I'm like, oh, Webby.
But then they all get in the boat, but they don't fit.
She doesn't fit. Yeah. It sucks, because, like, they really tried, but, like, it's obvious.
Yeah.
Like, the kayak thing isn't even moving. Like,
it's just on the water. And she just doesn't fit.
Exactly.
And Huey immediately is like, you take my spot, Webby. Yeah. It's cool. But she's like, no.
It's fine.
She's like, it's fine. I'll go when you come back.
It's like, I was like, oh no. But, like, you know, like, they have, like, the willingness to, like, get her in. Like, they would have, like, loved to have her, but, like, she just doesn't fit. It makes me wonder, like, how long they've had this little boat.
I think they say, like, years. Yeah. Like, we've taken this boat out, like, hundreds of times.
Yeah. I like that. It's cute.
Yeah, it's super cute. And, like, it just speaks to, like, this, like, history and obviously interconnectedness that the boys have as triplets and growing up together, mostly just them and Donald.
Yeah.
Because there's been no episodes of them going to school. Is it just summer?
I'm assuming it's working on, like, the summer rules.
Right, because there's no mention of when this is set or them going to school. And so I'm just like, do you have friends at school?
I feel like they would. They just...
Right? I guess it's just summer, but they spend the most time together.
Yeah.
As siblings. As triplets. But yeah, so the boys go, and Webby is kind of, like, dejectedly sitting on the beach.
Yeah, it was so sad. I was like, oh no, Webby.
But then she finds a letter in a bottle. Multiple letters.
Multiple. What was the first one that had?
It was like a stranded sailor. I can skip to it. Here it is. Lost sailor caught in a deadly whirlpool. No hope of survival. Help! And she's like, oh, I'll save you. She's but a bunch more bottles wash up. One of them was like a bunch of like what's the word? Capsized sailors surrounded by dolphins that are tearing them limb from limb.
Yeah, at first she was like, oh, dolphins. Yeah. And it was like,
they're tearing this limb from limb.
It's like, fuck.
Yeah, and so she follows like this trail of letters in the bottles.
Mm-hmm. And she was so ready to like go help. She was like, yeah, I'm going.
Yeah, she's carrying like 6 or 7 of them in her arms.
Yeah.
And she ends up in this like this old, like, looks like abandoned Greek amphitheater type thing.
Yeah, it's like the outside. It's like, it has like some stars
pillars,
hanging.
Yeah, there's like stars and moons. One moon. Not Tatooine. And I thought it was interesting, just like this like recurring imagery of like space, like stars and moon that we've been seeing in the show, like in connection with the Spear of Selene.
Exactly. That's like, I was like, how much, I'm just like, every moon I see, I'm like, is that connected? Is that connected?
Because the Spear of Selene, if you're just tuning in, or I'm assuming you've watched the episodes, but if not, Spear of Selene is what is connected to the disappearance of the triplets' mother. Mm-hmm. All we know is she took the Spear of Selene and apologized to Scrooge for it. Yeah. For taking it.
And that's, like, the reason that Dewey hasn't told his brothers that, like, he's investigating his mom, because he's like... In case
that there's something bad. Like she did something wrong.
Exactly.
Like, that she betrayed Scrooge.
She betrayed them, or something happened.
Yeah. But, yeah, so there's this abandoned Greek amphitheater thing.
With a cool teen sitting down.
A cool teen.
I love her, like, aesthetic a lot.
Yeah, like, this is... her name is Lena. When she introduced to Lena, she's got like this like vintage Sumerian talisman. Yeah. She's this purple one she's wearing that she hides under her shirt.
She has like,
once Webby points it out, she's got like dyed hair. She's gay.
Yeah, she's got the gay haircut. Like, you know what I mean?
The pink, the short, like, what do you call it? Like the
short like back with the long bangs.
Yeah, and they're dyed pink at the end.
I love it. And then she has like a really cool, like gray sweater.
Yeah.
And then when Webby, like, comments it, and she's like, oh, it's not mine, actually.
Yeah, I took it off the lead singer of the Featherweights,
band in Paris. Yeah. She's like, oh my god, you've been to Paris? And she's like, oh, you haven't?
Yeah, and I'm like, babe.
I was like, fuck. I was like, I feel put down. Like, what the fuck?
So we're introduced to Lena, who is writing these letters, and because Webby bursts in, like, I'm here to help, like, a stranded sailor, shark, or like dolphins or something.
Yeah.
She don't know. It's a game.
Yeah.
Like it's not real.
To fuck with people.
Yeah. And so Webby tries to like play along. But Lena's like all like very aloof and like cool.
Mm-hmm. And then again, like Webby's note just says, "Please recycle this bottle," which I think is like so hilarious.
So funny. Because she has to play too, and she's like, please recycle this bottle.
I was like, that's the ultimate troll. Yeah. Like, what the fuck?
Super cute. Yeah. So yeah, Webby compliments her on the talisman, which she hides under her shirt. And when she brings up Paris, and Webby's like, "Oh my god, you've been there." Webby says that she'd love to go to Paris and crawl around in the catacombs.
Yeah, actually.
Which was horrifying to me, because the catacombs stretch for hundreds and hundreds of miles into Paris.
Oh yeah, Anna's been to Paris, y'all. Like, she's legit touched a skull.
Not on purpose. It was horrible. They're full, like, the catacombs are miles and miles and miles of tunnels, and only a mile and a half are for visitors.
Oh.
Like, there's hundreds. A lot of them are unstable and shit. So like, there's only like a mile and a half there specifically for visitors that are all good. You don't get trapped.
You won't die.
Yeah. There's actually raves in the catacombs, like illegally. There's raves, and every so often people will like who are drunk or like high or whatever will get lost in the catacombs and disappear forever.
That's fucking
because they never find their bodies because the tunnels go on forever.
Yeah. Don't.
So don't go to raves in the catacombs, and if you do, don't get drunk or do drugs.
That's the moral.
You will die down there.
That's the moral of this podcast. Don't go to
do drugs.
Don't do drugs.
Don't do drugs in the catacombs.
The more you know.
And yeah, so Webby wants to crawl around the catacombs and touch a skull.
Yeah.
No. It's bad. My arm brushed him by accident. I'm like, fuck. Because it's packed wall to wall with bones.
Yeah, you showed me the picture. I was like, oh.
It's scary. Wall to wall with
Aesthetic.
bones. Like,
aesthetic goals.
God, it's hundreds, thousands of bones.
That's horrifying when you think that
millions. Sorry, it's millions of
it's
bones.
millions. And then when you think, like, each one of those skulls is, like, an individual person.
Yeah.
It's mildly it's horrifying.
Yeah. It's mostly skulls and, like, femurs and humori.
Something.
The main arm bone. I know how to say it singular, humorous, but how do you whatever. No, Webby. It's bad. But, Lena learns about Webby's mad skills.
Yeah, because, like, a bottle falls into the water.
Yeah, and so she's away.
Yeah, and she's like, oh, that's, like, the last bottle, I guess. And she, like, does, like, these mad, like, gymnastic
Flips.
skills. Yeah, she's so cool.
And Lena's like, oh, shit.
She's impressed. I was like,
she's impressed. And she's like, okay, I'm willing to hang out with this child then.
Yeah. Does she call her Flippy?
Yeah.
She calls her
Flippy. She's like, Webby. Like, it's Webby.
Yeah, but, like, Webby's still so nervous. Mm-hmm. Like, because she's like...
super nervous.
Yeah, she compliments her on, like, on the flips, and she's like... She gets, like, a fact about...
Yeah, she's like, are you in the circus?
Yeah.
And she's like, circus acrobats keep elephant hairs in their pockets for good luck. She's like, I don't know why I just told you that, or why I'm still talking. Or why I pointed out that I'm still talking.
I love it. So good.
But, so Lena's impressed by her mad skills and invites her to a party.
Mm-hmm. Like, a blowout, right?
Yeah.
And Webby's like, oh, I want to see an explosion up close, and she's like, nah, it's a party. It's a party.
Yeah. Webby's like, I probably shouldn't leave my friends.
Mm-hmm.
And Lena's kind of like, whatever. I forget what she says. But she gets her to leave them.
Yeah, she, like, sort of convinces her, because at first she's like, oh, I don't really want to leave my friends,
she's like, the party will be over, or, like, something like that, if we don't go now.
And she's like, oh, like, I feel like she convinces her the most when she calls it an adventure.
Yes.
She's like, we'll have our own adventure, and then it's like, Webby's like, yeah, like, that sounds good, you know?
And Webby sees, we know Webby's very naive still.
Yeah.
Like, about people who might not be...
Stranger
awesome.
danger, Webby! What the fuck, Webby? You attacked, Funzo. This is also a stranger danger.
I think, because Lena is, like, a kid who's, like, a little bit older than her. I think Lena's, like, what, 15?
Probably, yeah.
Her like 14, 15.
I don't know if we talk about this, but, like, the shape
of,
like, ducks.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, the shape of the ducks in this is different and nice. Like, I prefer this art style so much more than the original series.
The original... It gets wonky sometimes.
Yeah, and, like, it feels rubbery and, like, wonky and weird. it's the 80s also,
Yeah.
but it's really good style. So, like, the kid ducks, like, the kids' age are, like, 10, 11, they have, like, these square heads.
Yeah, they, like...
Yeah.
And we see later in another episode that, like, that's consistent with all, like, little ducks.
Yeah, like Donald, Gladstone,
Yeah.
same heads. And Lena is taller, and her head is less square. It's more like adult round, but not quite there.
Exactly. And then adults, like, have, like, the regular rounder head.
Yeah. Yeah, so
I
I thought
like
that was
it.
a really cute thing.
Yeah.
Even Scrooge has, like, the square head as a
Yeah!
baby boy.
A little baby. A McBaby.
Yeah, so yeah, Lena is clearly a teenager, which we haven't really seen in, like, a duck teenager.
Yeah.
In anything, really.
At all.
I've only seen, like, Scrooge as a teenager. In
Yeah.
anything.
With that one episode I forgot. With where he goes, helps his uncle, right?
Once Upon a Dime.
Exactly.
And then in the Life and Time of Scrooge McDuck comics, we see a teenage Scrooge, but he doesn't look really any different from, like, an adult Scrooge.
I was gonna say shorter, but I don't think that's possible. Short?
Yeah.
I mean, short.
He's like 3 feet tall. It's hard to be shorter than that and not be a child. But yeah. So she's a teen, which is nice.
Yeah. Add some variety to this. There's someone whistling.
I know. In the hall. But so Lena leads Webby to a junkyard.
Yeah, it's dark by this
Yeah,
point.
it's nighttime.
It's night. And then she's all like, "Oh, like I need you to like do parkour to get inside
over the door and
Yeah.
open it."
And she's like, "Oh, you're not invited." She's like,
It's
"No."
not an adventure if you're invited.
Yeah, and Webby's like,
Okay.
Yeah, she's like, "Okay."
Because Webby's still very naive and she doesn't get that Lena might be a bad influence.
Exactly. She like does these cool ass flips.
Yeah. And then Vixen into the junkyard where the Beagle Boys are having a birthday party for Ma Beagle.
Yeah, it's like it's a Beagle Bash, right? That's what they call it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And
love
it's
it.
like tons of beagles.
A shitload.
It's
Yeah.
this whole fucking crime family.
It's
And
a mob
Webby's
boss.
obviously like, oh fuck.
Yeah,
Like,
she's like,
shit.
oh shit, like.
And Lena looks like doesn't know. She doesn't know that
No.
like Webby's on their shit list.
She's like,
she got Ma Beagle arrested, I guess.
yeah, and it's like she's
in the
like,
Danger of Doom
fuck.
episode. And so Webby's like, we have to get the fuck out right now.
But before we can do that, it like pans and it's like, oh, it's Ma Beagle emerging from her trailer.
Yeah.
To like the way she does it, I was
yeah,
just
she's like, my boy.
yeah, and everyone was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Her adoring children.
Yeah, she's just so many kids.
She does. I was fucked.
And we only learned the names of some of them because there are a lot of like nondescript beagles that we see. They don't get names.
There's a few like groups of them.
Yes. Oh my god.
I love them.
I love them. We get the classics: Burger, Bouncer, and Big Time.
Yeah.
And then
the Glam Yankees,
which are like they look like David Bowie. Like they got that face paint.
Yeah.
One of them does.
It reminds me sort of also like the Hamilton aesthetic.
Yeah. And then the Deja Vus, and they're all like in French outfits, and they're in these faces like, what?
With their little like small tiny mustaches.
Yes. Oh wait, there's a little tiny curly mustache. One's a long one, but little curly mustaches.
Wait, what is that thing called? The one that the bigger French one, Deja Vu.
The opera glasses?
No, the other one, like the. It's like that thing that you used to play as a kid that like you slide it.
Oh fuck! It's those things. Oh my god, what is it called?
What they're called.
That you put them up to your eyes, and it's like there's pictures.
Yeah, it's like a slideshow
It's like in
thing.
Lilo and Stitch that Pleakley gives to the
Yeah.
high cancel woman.
That's like his evidence.
Yeah, he's like knowledge has gathered information over humans.
Yeah, those
fuck.
things are the shit.
Oh my god, what were they called?
I have no idea.
Who knows? We have no Wi-Fi, so we can't
Yeah,
look it up.
exactly. Once again.
But so the Deja Vus, the 6th Avenue meanies, and
the 6th Avenue friendlies. I hate how they look.
They have these huge teeth.
They're really big smiles. They remind me of like the mask that people wear during like The Purge. Like
I haven't seen The Purge. What the fuck?
I've seen one of them. I hate horror movies, but like kind of like this fake like really big grin. It's mildly
like
horrifying.
you know these guys will like murder you in your sleep, like
and smile doing it.
Yeah. And then we get the longboard taquitos. I love how Mom Beagle says it.
Yeah, I was like, fuck. Their aesthetic is like surfer boy.
Yeah, they're like 1980s Michelangelo from Ninja Turtles, but 3 of them.
Yeah.
They're just talking like 80s surfer style.
Oh yeah, I know we've said, like, they're obviously, like, you know, the big one, the skinny one, and then the short one.
Yeah, it's like this pattern that's pretty consistent, except for, like, the 6th Avenue Meanies and the 6th Avenue Friendlies. That have one huge one average size, and then one shorter, and then one, like, also average. So the 6th Avenue Meanies and the 6th Avenue Friendlies are the only, like, exceptions really to this kind of pattern. I just,
like, kept wondering, like, does she have them in sets of 3?
I guess.
That's what I'm guessing. She's like, okay, you 3 are, like, one group now.
Yeah.
And then, like, later it's like, here's the other set of 3. I don't know.
So the longboard taquitos, the deja vus.
I fucking love that joke. So much.
The tumble bums who are, like, fucking carnival clown bullshit.
They're horrifying. We have, like...
They don't speak.
They don't. They whistle.
Fuck.
And one of them has, like, 2 faces.
Yeah, it's like a fake face in the back of his head. The ugly failures.
That's so sad. The ugly failures. To me, they look like the youngest.
I think?
Yeah.
I
they're
kind
of
get that.
Because they have, like, really, like, innocent-looking eyes whenever they zoom into their eyes.
They do.
They're, like, very, like...
Maybe they are the youngest.
Yeah, I was like, oh.
And then the deja vus.
I love how, like, she's like, and the deja vu's like, this joke is over. Like, fuck the joke. It's annoying.
Oh, it was so funny. And apparently, this whole episode is like a parody of the, I think, 80s film, The Warriors. I didn't bother looking up the movie, but
I didn't even know that.
This whole, I found what was online. Like, this whole thing of, like, a bunch of, like, criminal groups getting together under one lady. There's a bunch of scenes that are apparently, like, straight from the Warriors movie.
Oh, shit.
Like, it's pretty cool. I've never seen that movie, but... Yeah, a cool nod, because there'll be a lot of references to 80s movies in this show. Mm-hmm. Like we'll see with the next episode, Terror of the Terraformers. But anyway, so the Beagles all start saying happy birthday.
And Webby's like, we need to get out.
She's like, we gotta get out right now.
And she's like, why? Like, Lena's like, why? And she's like, I'm basically on their hit list.
Yeah. But before, so she tries to drag Lena out, but they bump into Bouncer.
Yeah, Bouncer.
And he's like, what the, it's you! Like, but then poor Big Time is like, no, Ma said we're not supposed to mess with them.
Yeah, he's like, it's her day, we don't want to, like, do anything else that, like, we'll get her in jail.
Yeah, but then Ma Beagle sees her, and she's like, that's the brat that got me busted, like, bring her up here.
And Big Time's like, always.
Every time.
I was like, oh, you poor baby.
So Bouncer has Webby's. He's grabbed her and brings her up to Ma Beagle, but Lena also climbed up.
Yeah, and she has the fucking cake.
The birthday cake.
And she smashes it into Ma Beagle's face. Like, no hesitation whatsoever. Yeah. She just does it.
Yeah. And so they run out, and Ma Beagle, like, sends all her Beagles nondescript and with titles.
All of them. Who gave them their titles? That's what I was also wondering. Yeah. She's like, you guys are going to be called this, and then they have to, like, live up to the aesthetic.
Maybe they call themselves that? Maybe they like, I don't know. They find their niche?
Yeah. It's like, we're ready to choose a name, Ma.
Like the classics. We're the oldest.
I love it.
But so Webby, at first it looks like Webby and Lena got away, because they run away, but no. We see that a Big Burger, Bouncer, and Big Time are in this, like, monster truck rig thing.
It's like, it has, like, a teddy bear in the front.
I think teddy bear head with, like eyes missing and stuffing coming out.
Horrifying.
Like, that chases them down an alley.
Mm-hmm. And then they figure out, like, eventually, like, it's a dead end.
Yeah. But Webby's managed to perk her up and grab onto a fire escape and pull the stairs down. And so they climb onto the roof of the next building. And then we just get Beagles going after them. Like, the longboard taquitos show up, like, skateboarding over rooftops.
And then Lena's, like, taunting them.
And she taunts them.
Because they're, like, in another building, right?
Yeah. And she's like, oh, are you gonna, like, ollie all the way over here? Cause, like, thinking, like, that they'll, like, fail and, like, fall to their death or whatever.
But nope, they have, like, the little,
like,
the wing
things.
The net. Because they're having these, like, like, long suits.
Yeah, these, like, jumpsuit things.
Yeah, jumpsuit things, and they have, like, the, like, flying squirrel kind of, like, looking thing. Yeah.
And so they just, like, glide over to them. And Webby's like, maybe we should stop taunting them?
I love it.
Because I love like, the Beagles, like, they're dumb, obviously, but, like, they're not, like, 80s series dumb, where taunting them like that would have resulted in them falling off the building.
Yeah, like, they don't, like, stupidly, like, oh, yeah, we're just gonna go, like,
yeah,
try
it's
to
like,
press
nah, like,
it.
dumbasses, we have a plan.
Yeah, they're more, like, they're not as inept as they used to be.
Yeah, not nearly as inept. They're much more of a threat. And then, we get, they're not your grandfather's Beagles.
Bled. That's good.
They're much more competent,
Mostly.
Um,
But yeah, Lena, like, she's like, they're coming towards her, so she, like, kicks a fan, right?
Yeah, and it, like, blows them away.
Yeah.
And then they say, foil to the max!
I love, like, it gives me, like, old Team Rocket vibes.
Yeah!
Where they're like, we're blasting off again!
Ding!
And they just kind of, like, go.
Yeah, so they're gone. But then we get Bouncer climbing up the side of the building, and he's, like, fucking Hulk size.
He's fucking huge!
He's as big as the Hulk! His hand is, like, as big as Lena.
Yeah.
Like, you see his hand show up, and it climbs, like, grabbing onto the side, and I'm like, Jesus!
He's horrifyingly big.
He's as big as the Hulk.
Yeah.
It's scary.
What the fuck happened?
What the
Why
hell?
is he so big?
So big. And we see later that his muscles are so defined.
Oh!
Like his abs.
I hate the fact that his abs are so defined.
That horrified Faby in the Daydream of Doom episode.
It's horrifying because he's wearing basically a crop top.
Yeah.
And then his abs are so defined. I'm just like, please don't.
Anyway, so Webby and Lena get away. They climb to like, another warehouse where the ugly failures
Oh, yeah.
are... they're listening to like a radio.
Yeah, it's Ma Beagle's like doing like the...
She's giving orders, like find these girls.
For my birthday, it's like, it'll be my gift, like get them.
Yeah.
They seem so kind. Like, this is when I really, really noticed, like, their eyes and
Yeah,
stuff.
they have really big eyes.
Yeah,
like,
except for... Well,
oh, God!
one of them, like, the tall, skinny
Fucking,
one.
Like, anime eyes.
Yeah, he has blue anime eyes.
Oh, my
They're
God.
gorgeous.
So, Lena kind of just goes in with no plan.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Oh, wait, I like what they say, because he's like, maybe, like, we'll make her proud, right?
Yeah.
And she's like, and we'll be, like,
the ugly winners.
The ugly winners, like, can we just be the winners? And then he's like, no, let's not get too crazy. It's like, fuck.
And then Lena goes in with no plan to, like, get past them. And tries to be like, British gov, love, where you sisters...
British words.
Where your sisters from across the pond, eh, mate? I can't do a British accent.
I can't either. I'm not gonna...
Hers is awful, mine's so much worse.
Fuck.
Yeah, she's like, British words, teas and crumpets and things.
And she's like, she's claiming they're the Beagle Birds, which I thought was a cute name.
Yeah, that was cute. Trying to convince them that they're Ma Beagle's adopted daughters.
Yeah, from across the pond.
Yeah, it's not really working.
No, not at all. They're starting to, like, gain up our hundred.
Oh,
This is when we just...
Oh, fuck. You see anime eyes. Jesus.
I love that, like, all the anime, like, weaves are, like, growing up.
Making cartoons now.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
One of the ugly failures has long blonde hair, so he pulls the hair away from his face, and you see these fucking blue-ass anime eyes.
They're gorgeous.
I lived in fear of seeing them again for the rest of this episode.
I think I just kept sending screenshots to Anna of the eyes.
Because we watched them together, and I'm like, Jesus, fuck, no! So scary. Anyway, so Lena's floundering, and so Webby comes up, doing a much better British accent.
Yeah, like,
and like,
straight up.
oh, gents, thank you for, like, showing us hospitality in the colonies, and like...
She calls them the colonies, and I was like, nice.
But so they trick them, and the biggest of the ugly failures is like, they talk fancy. I trust them.
Yeah, I love it. And then, like, she comes up with their names, which was...
Anglebeth and Britannia.
I was like, fuck. But, like, they get away with it.
Yeah,
and then...
Like, so Webby's learning to lie better, but she just can't think of names. Because she's like, Anglebeth.
What was her other name that she did? It was in the in the premiere. She, like, made up a name, but it was a really, really, really bad name.
Oh, Sabina. For her friend Sabina.
Sabina.
Yeah.
I love, like, the old gag of, like, trying to come up with a name, and you just pick up, like, random...
Things, look around the room, and it's like, cork, board, phone.
Yeah.
That's what I just did.
That's like piano and carrots. Like,
yes.
That's what's here.
They trick the ugly failures. And they take the radio.
They take a radio. The radio that, like, they were listening to that was... To Ma Beagle. At first I was like, wait, why is she just taking it for the fuck of it? But no, she, like, explains right away.
Yeah.
I love that as soon as the doors close...
so they leave, the doors close, and the ugly failures are like...
Wait, was that them?
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck. And then they, like, go to an abandoned playground.
It's night.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
but
so it's nighttime.
It's spooky.
It's, like, late now. And so they get there and they're like, oh shit, like, we totally fooled them.
Yeah.
And we get some, like, Webby and Lena bonding here.
It was so cute, like, their little banter and stuff.
Yeah, it was cute. We learned that, because Lena asked her how she's able to do a British accent so well. Mm-hmm. And she's like, that she grew up in a Scottish mansion with a British grandmother.
Yeah.
She's like, I didn't hear an American accent till I was 7.
I was like, fuck.
Yeah, that was cute.
And then I was like, then why does she have an American accent?
Well, it could be like, if she did go to school, then she would have gotten the American accent from there.
True,
like, like my parents speak Spanish.
True, yeah.
I don't have that accent or anything like that.
I like to think that I don't. Who knows? I don't know. Do we have an accent? No, don't tell us if we have an accent. No, I was in Mexico for a few weeks this summer, and then my brother came up to, like, after I did, and I was talking. I hadn't spoken English in the longest. And when I was trying to speak English to him, I said something, and, like, I had such a bad, like, Mexican accent come out. My brother was like, are you okay? And I was like, I can't believe that just happened. Like, what the fuck? I was like, shit.
Oh, I had a thought. Oh, shit. Accents. Spanish. I don't remember.
Oh, no.
Oh, my Spanish I can speak Spanish. But, if you've heard Lin-Manuel Miranda's Spanish, my Spanish is like that, which makes me feel a lot better. Like, my Spanish is not perfect. And so hearing his Spanish, my brother's like, he talks like we do. Oh. I'm like, oh shit, nice.
No, who was it? My roommate. I was telling my roommate, she's like, you should do an episode in Spanish. I was like, no. No,
that'd be too stressful for me.
Exactly. No, also, like, the names are ridiculous in Spanish.
Yeah. Well, what would Webby's name be in Spanish?
Oh, fuck. Because it's technically Abigail.
We just look it up. Like,
True.
We just look it up, because her name would have been in Spanish in the original series. Anyway.
Exactly.
I had another point.
Spanish.
I suck at Spanish. No, I don't. I'm okay at it. I speak more Spanish than my roommates. Who are 2 white girls and a Vietnamese girl, so.
Oh, yeah.
I would hope so.
I don't know how many Latino listeners we have, but it's that thing where sometimes if you gotta talk crap, you talk to your friends in Spanish.
Yeah, I can do that. It's so nice. Holy shit.
Like, legit, sometimes Anna will be like, you know, like
speaking quietly. I'll be in my apartment with my roommates nearby, and I'm like, in Spanish, like, I swear to God, this thing.
And then, like, immediately when she, like, goes into Spanish mode, I'm like, so, like, ooh, gossip's gonna happen right now.
Like, once I did it by accident, we were just talking, and I'm like, I started speaking, I'm like, pero esto, and I'm like, what was that?
And I was immediately like, I'm gonna get some dish.
Yeah, and I'm like, I have no idea what that was.
It's sometimes just fun. Like, fuck.
Yeah. But, anyways. Back to those. So Webby and Lena bonding.
And then Webby mentions that, like, she has, like, this, like, inside joke with someone now. Like, she's gonna tell the boys.
Yeah, it's like, I can't wait to tell the boys about, all the fun we've had. Yeah. And this is where Lena starts being very critical of Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
She, like, immediately brings up, like, the ditching. They didn't try to ditch her. It just, like, plans didn't end up working out.
Yeah, like, so, and she spins it so it's, like, they left her.
Yeah, like,
so,
they like, it was the point to abandon her.
Yeah, so Lena's like, oh, yeah, you mean those nerds who left you on a beach? Yeah, they sound really great.
She's like, for 4 hours? Something like that. She, like, mentions a big amount of time.
No, they were gone. I think.
Yeah.
So, because she wasn't there for that long. Yeah. She was there for, like, a couple minutes, and then she got the messages.
Okay, yeah. Because I was, like, wondering, I was like, was she there for a while, and you just kind of, like, time skipped? But no, then, okay.
Yeah, I don't think, and it looks like, and this continues for the rest of the episode, it looks like Lena is trying to get Webby on her side, like, against the boys.
Because she mentions, like, because Webby immediately, like, she defends them, like, no, it's like, I understand, like, you know, like, they have history, they're siblings, you know.
Yeah, but she's like, but, like, for us, it's a family thing, like, it's alright.
I was like, It's so good that she's immediately like, I'm part of the family now. Like, they have history, but now we're gonna have, like, our own family history together.
But, Lena, we see, does not really approve of family things.
Yeah.
She's like, family, she's like, that's not really my thing.
Mm-hmm. And I don't know if it's here that Webby's, like, kind of like, how could it not? Like,
yeah, she's like, family's great.
Yeah.
But she talks about how even though she considers herself family with the boys, she does feel left out.
Yeah, like, it's like, I love how, like, pumped she is about, like, having this family, but that doesn't erase, like, the years of not having, like, this extended family that they now have.
Yeah, because, I mean, the boys, they're triplets. They grew up together. They're very, very close.
Yeah.
And so Webby isn't quite there yet with them. But so Lena and Shira are on the seesaw talking about this when they hear some rustling in the bushes. And the boys burst out.
I love how, like, Webby goes to attack, and she, like, drops Lena.
Yeah! So we see Lena, like with her hair a mess and, like, sticks in there and leaves. So the boys burst out, and Lena immediately attacks them.
She grabs Louie.
She tackles Louie and, like, grabs him ready to, like, punch him or something.
I love it. And then, like, Webby's like, no, these are the boys.
Yeah, these are the guys. And she's like, oh. And Louie's traumatized. Like, Huey's like, come here. Like, he does
he's like crawling.
Yeah, he like crawls back over to Huey with like traumatized expression.
He like
Huey holds him.
Yeah, he like pats his head.
And Dewey's like, Webby, like, where have you been?
Yeah. And then...
But Lena is, again, like we saw, she's mean to the boys. She's pretty mean to them.
She, like, picks on them about being triplets.
Yeah, and I'm like, they can't really control that.
Exactly.
She's like, oh, she's like, oh, the matching outfit, like, the color-coded outfits, like, the names. She's like, is that, like, your thing? You're exactly the same.
And they're like, no.
Yeah, and they also speak at the same time.
I love it.
They're like, we're all unique snowflakes. and they're like, this is really weird. This doesn't happen.
They're in unison and they're trying to freak out.
Yeah, and they all yell, anti-establishmentarianism. They're like, go, why? What's happening? So that was a really fun gag to, like, the original series, like, the comics mostly, where they would talk at the same time, or they would finish each other's sentences.
Yeah.
Like, mid-sentence.
I hate it.
It's weird.
I was looking at a comic, and then it's like, the speech bubble just goes to the three of them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's weird.
Yeah, they do speak at the same time, too, in the comics.
Yeah.
Because they're, like, giving them, like distinct personalities, having each of them speak. Boo!
Nah, I don't have enough space to put 3 separate speech bubbles. We're gonna do one speech
huge
bubble.
One. So she makes fun of them for being triplets.
Yeah!
It's like, sorry?
Exactly.
That we're triplets and, like, look the same as a result.
And she's like, you left her alone for, like, a while.
Yeah.
And they're like, it's not our fault. Like, we got lost.
Yeah, we got lost because Captain lost. Lost again.
And it's like, I don't know why you give me the map, like, if you know this.
Yeah. But Dewey's kind of making fun at this point with the Captain Lost chant, and so Louie tackles him, and they start fighting, and Huey's trying to separate them.
Yeah, I love how, like, they fuck around.
Yeah, no, it's really sweet. But you see that the boys were genuinely worried about her.
They're looking for her and stuff.
Like, they're like, we've been looking for you for hours. Like, what happened? But so Lena is like, yeah, you're so worried that you left her on a beach. Mm-hmm. And so they explain that they got lost.
Yeah. And shenanigans break out.
Yeah. So while the boys are fighting, they start hearing whistling. And, like, creepiness starts happening.
It's, like, kind of like carnival music.
Like creepy carnival music.
Slow carnival music. And they go hide into, like, the bigger,
like a spaceship thing with slides.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
I like it.
And they hear on the radio that the Tumblebums...
It's their turf.
That they're in their turf, and the Tumblebums are going to come find them.
Yeah. Spooky.
And Huey at first is like, Tumblebum, they sound adorable.
But then you get like this shot of them emerging, like, from the shadows,
climbing over the fence, and they're like, never mind.
Because one of them is like, how do you call
stilts?
it? Yeah, one of them is on stilts.
With like hand stilts too, so it's like fucking horrifying.
Like a giant spider without.
Yeah.
And then one of them is like a contortionist. Is that what you call it?
Yeah, the big one, like with one with 2 faces, like goes backwards on the jungle gym.
I hate it so much.
Yeah, it's pretty creepy.
One of them reminds me of, oh my god, what was his name of the villain in Batman?
The the straw man, Ragdoll.
Ragdoll. I hate him.
He was cool.
He's so good.
This is from the show The Batman.
The Batman, yeah.
No longer on Netflix. Very good series.
Yeah.
Yeah, really good villain.
It's such a good series. Yeah. I was watching it, like, legit when they took it out.
Mm.
I was, like, trying to watch all of them, but I was like, okay, I have an hour till midnight and I have a season to go through. I was like, it's not happening. It's not happening.
It's not possible. You have to watch them all at the same time.
I was like, fuck.
Man, Ragdoll was a creep.
It was so creepy.
Super, like mega ultra contortionist.
Mm-hmm.
It was very good.
It's really good. But
It still freaks me out.
Yeah. And they have, like, they're all, like, wearing black and, like, green, but, like, much more, like, emo looking.
Yeah. It's, like, emo carnival. It's, like, Panic at the Disco, is that it?
Yeah. I was just thinking of, like, an emo band. Like,
yeah.
They're an emo band.
Yeah, basically. But creepier with, like, a carnival theme going on.
Yeah.
And, so the boys start fighting again, because they're like, we have to figure out a way out, and they go through their supplies, and, it's like, water, like, 3 banana peels, and Dewey's like, wait, 3? Did you give a banana to Louie?
Yeah, Louie's like, I'm stressing, it was a stressful situation.
Yeah. And they start fighting, and Dewey's like, I need my potassium!
Before that, I just wrote the word bluey, and I have no idea what it references.
So the boys are talking about, like, what they're gonna do, and Lena, like, I forget, like, what exactly she said, but she mocks Dewey. She calls him Bluey.
Bluey.
So there's more of her just mocking them and, like, not being very nice to them.
Yeah.
So while the boys fight and Huey is trying to split up Louie and Dewey from fighting, Webby and Lena go down to, like, the lower level of this playground thing.
Yeah, Lena's like, let's ditch the boy band.
Yeah, let's leave them, like, to die?
Yeah.
Because the Beagles are, like, a crime family.
You posited the most horrifying way. But yeah,
I posited on one of Tumblebum's faces. But, yeah, so she's like, let's leave them to get captured by these criminals and taken to their mob boss mother.
She's like,
what the hell, Lena?
Exactly. She's like, they abandoned you. And it's like, Lena and abandonment.
Yeah, and Lena's like, come on, don't you trust me?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, Webby, don't do it. And she doesn't.
She doesn't, yeah. She's like, wait here. And she goes back up to talk to the boys.
Yeah.
And then,
it looks like Lena leaves her, though.
Yeah, it does. Because she's kind of like, ugh. Like,
yeah, she's like, whatever.
Yeah. And then, I love that Louis has, like, the banana peel on his head.
So they come up with a plan to stop Tumblebombs, which is, like, trip them with the banana peels, and that's what knocks them all out.
It's great. I love because, like, everyone, like, looks at the banana peel.
Yeah, on Louis' head.
Yeah. And then
they shove him out on the slide.
And you just see, like, this horrifying, like, they notice him, and they all, like start to crawl.
Like, really creepy.
It's the worst.
So they slip on the banana peels, falling on top of each other, and, like, knock them out.
Exactly.
And so they won, and, like, woo, we beat them. But Lena's gone.
Yeah.
And so everybody thinks she left her. So the kids are all back at the beach with the boat.
Webby's sitting on the shore, and she's, like, rocking back and forth. Yeah. She looks really sad.
She looks sad. Huey notices, and so Huey just, like, goes full dad again.
Yeah.
I love Huey. He's so great.
So good.
So he goes, like, he's like, are you alright? And she's talking about how, she thought she could have the same thing that the boys have, that she thought she could have that with Lena.
Yeah, like, their inside jokes, their own little adventures.
Yeah. And Huey's like, don't worry, like, next time, like, you'll get a spot on the boat.
Yeah. I was like, oh. Yeah. And she really wants that, like, sibling bond.
And, like, I'm so glad, like, we finally get Webby and Huey bonding, because we've got lots of Webby and Louie, Webby and Dewey, but nothing with, because Huey just hasn't, like, been in any episodes.
Huey hasn't gotten his episode.
Yeah, so we get a lot of Huey in this, and a lot of Huey in Terror of the Terraformians.
He was so good. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, next episode. But so I'm glad that we get their bond. We get, like, a bonding episode in this, and then the next one they're kind of at each other's throats.
Yeah,
so
well, like, you know, I love because it's still, like, it's such a sibling thing.
Yeah, they're family. So my favorite line.
Oh my God.
Huey's comforting Webby. He's like, yeah, you'll get a spot on the boat next time. And he's like, we'll leave Louie. He's bad at most things. Meanwhile, in the back, we see that Louie was, like, holding the hot dog suit, and the, like, seagulls start, like, approaching him. And then we see in the back, as Huey says that, like, seagulls are, like he's backing up away.
They're ganging up on him. I was like, fuck.
And then in the next scene, we see that he's been picked up by, like, 5 seagulls.
He's, like, being taken away.
And then they drop him. He's like, brah.
He had his own, like, mini adventure. I fucking love it.
In the background.
I love the background
gags. The background gags. Oh my god, I love them.
It's the best. The best background gags are in The Men from U.N.C.L.E. The best. I'm very passionate about that. But yeah, so they're like kind of doing that, and then they get like a bottle, a note.
Letter in a bottle again.
Yeah, a letter in a bottle again.
And it says that Lena has been captured by the Beagle Boys.
Mm-hmm.
And Webby's like, wait, this is a prank.
Yeah, and then she gets another bottle.
This is not a prank. And she's like, oh, she did abandon me. She was captured by the Beagle Boys.
And she's like so happy. She's like, oh no, she's been captured.
And here's the shot.
The shot. It's
Literally getting dragged off by the seagulls.
It's 3 seagulls, one on top of his head, and then 2 for his
God.
arms, and they're just dragging him away.
I think them by the hood, right? Or by his hair.
By his hair, yeah.
Oh no.
Rip.
Yeah,
and they just drop him.
Drop him.
Yeah, and then they show like a shot to where Lena's being captured, and it's the same amphitheater.
Yeah, it's the Greek amphitheater thing. And so they listen on their CB radio to like Mop Eagle.
Mm-hmm.
Like she's like, oh, I'm coming, like keep him captured or whatever.
She wants she's like, I like Mama Beagle's line. She's like, I didn't get to eat my birthday cake, but I'll get a slice of revenge.
Oh my gosh, shit. So Webby's like, okay, we're gonna go save her. Mm-hmm. Like, cause the boys are like, we need to get help. Like,
yeah, they're
like Scrooge, Beakley, Tanks.
Yeah, they don't mention Donald. I was like, aww.
Poor Donald. Because also the boys haven't seen Donald be like badass.
Yeah,
or anything yet.
They still think he's kind of like their overprotective,
lame uncle.
dorky. Yeah. Rip.
Poor Donald. But Webby is like, nah, like, she's like, if it was any of you, like, you would stop at nothing to save each other. Like, I'm going to go save Lena.
Yeah, like, she's like my sister bond. I'm going to go save her. Yeah. We have our own jokes.
Yeah.
And it's so good. So they all get in the, she's like, and I'm getting a seat on the boat now.
Yeah.
And I was like, nice.
So Lena's tied up, and Webby, like, Webby sneaks up behind, and, like, starts to try and untie her, but she, like, hits the lights by accident.
Yeah.
Like, the lights in the amphitheater.
And everything goes to the stage.
Yeah, everyone sees her. And so she gets tied up right next to Lena against a pillar, and then Bouncer is holding all 3 of the boys.
Yeah! Like, fuck, how big is he?
He's like Hulk size.
His proportions keep changing.
They do.
I love it, though. It's like, he's so big.
Before his hands were, like, as big as Lena, and now they're, like, still huge, but not as huge.
Yeah, it's like, fuck. And they're tying a ribbon around the girls.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna be, like, her present, I guess.
And the boys are early Mother's Day gifts.
Yeah, like, fuck.
Jeez.
Like, what exactly is she gonna do to them? Is she gonna kill them?
I don't know.
I don't know what's gonna happen. Is she just gonna beat them up?
Either way, it's just bad.
It's horrible.
One's worse, but obviously. And so Lena starts getting mad at Webby for, like, going with no plan.
Yeah, like, this is a failure. Like, this is your escape plan. And she's like, it's the same thing you did, like, before.
Yeah. And Huey's just, like, tearing up, like, they have what we have.
I love it so much. And then, oh my god. So Lena says...
Yeah, she gets all the Beagles to turn against each other.
Yeah. No, but before that, because Lena says... this is why... Oh my god.
I avoid family?
Yeah. All they do is, and then Webby finishes her sentence for her. Yeah. They're like, fight, and then they both look at each other like, eh.
Yeah. So Lena turns all the Beagle Boys against each other by saying, like, which one will get the credit for capturing them.
Yeah. And then, like, the classic is like, we should do it. We're kind of like...
the main guys.
The main guys.
Which made me laugh.
I love it.
So all the Beagles start kind of yelling, and they're, like, kind of staring each other down, like, is someone going to fight? And then
they claim that the Tumblebones are adopted?
Yeah!
I'm like, wait, why?
You look the same!
Exactly.
But then, so they're all staring each other down, but then, Anime Eyes, who I was still living in fear of at this point, he's had bottles stuck to his fingers this whole time. It's a reference to the Warriors.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like a guy I forget his line, he's had the bottles on his fingers, and he's like, I forget his line, he has like some iconic line that I forgot, might be, but he yanks it off.
And he, like, the bottle falls off, and it hits, Big Time on the head.
Yeah, it knocks him out.
It knocks him out completely.
And so they're like, all out war.
I love that, like, because you know, but when people, like, groups usually fight, it's like the fight cloud usually forms, and here we have a cloud, but it's like it's the fog machine. But I love that there's still like the fight cloud that happens.
Yeah, because Burger gets knocked out. I think right, it's Burger.
Pretty sure.
Yeah, he's knocked out and he falls. Yeah, there we go. He falls onto the fog machine.
Yeah.
And we get the cloud fight. The fight cloud, I mean.
Fight cloud.
Sorry.
I love it.
And so, obviously, really good animation. They're all fighting each other and shit. And at this point, Webby, like, Webby's tied up with her husband on her back. She, like, shimmies up.
Yeah,
pillar.
Yeah, it's fucking amazing. And she, like, flips off.
Yeah, and then she uses her beaks to cut the rope, which I thought was nice. I'm like, oh shit, because they're beaks.
And then, like, meanwhile, like, she, like, unties, Lena. And then we see that, Bouncer's still holding on to the triplets.
Yeah, he's, like, just batting away all the guys trying to attack him. He's huge. I think he's the biggest.
Yeah, he's so big.
But then Webby and Lena, like, get the drop on him.
Mm-hmm. They literally drop him. Hey, but yeah.
You see his weirdly defined muzzles as he falls.
Don't mention.
Weird.
Fuck. I hate it.
So they get the boys away. And they all escape.
Mm-hmm. I love, before that, one of the Deja Vu is fighting with a baguette. Yeah.
He hits one of the longboard tickets on the head, but he's like, got a helmet. And so he just pushes him into the water.
I love it. But yeah, they get away, the kids.
Yeah, and then Ma Beagle shows up on her, like, the big monster truck, big rig thing, and honks the horn. And she's like, where are the brats?
Yeah, like, what the fuck? Like, you guys promised me a present, and now no one's here.
And then she's like, that's it. None of you get birthdays this year.
Like, fuck. And then, like, no one, like, fights her on it. They're just like, oh, yeah, like, damn. Fuck.
Who the fuck is that guy?
I don't... Oh, God. One of the undefined.
Oh, my God. Yeah, it's sort of...
So
he's,
weird.
like, weirdly, like, not non-defined... Oh, there's a bunch of other ones.
Huh.
I don't know. Anyway. So the Beagle... Not the Beagles. The kids get away. We see them, like, they're walking back to McDuck Mansion.
Yeah.
It's, like, dawn.
It's dawn.
Donald must be losing his shit.
It's insane.
Like, did they at all talk to Donald? Like...
No one knows.
Hey,
text
we
him?
fought the Beagle Boys again.
It's like, fuck. But you get this, like,
again.
lovely shot of, like, the hill that the mansion is on.
Yeah, it's a Killmotor Hill, like, is where I think the mansion is now placed. It's usually where the money bin is. And I think in the show the money bin was moved. I think it's been said somewhere that it was moved. Like, I think maybe Frank Angonis or Matt Youngbird said it was, or somewhere. I think I read it was moved. Because it usually is on a hill. It's usually on Killmotor Hill, like, which it looks like this is. And now it's obviously, like, out in the bay.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why it might have been moved. If they'll bring
reasons.
that up. Aesthetic, which I approve of. But, as to going back, the boys seem to like Lena a lot more.
Yeah,
now.
they're like, you're so cool. Louie's the one who's like, you're my favorite. And I'm like, aw, that's cute.
And like, and she and Webby have her little like inside joke thing.
Yeah, the little banter, their little like British accent banter and shit.
And so they go inside. They're like, bye or whatever.
Yeah, they're like heading them back up. Oh yeah, like was it this time where they're like. Yeah, like, the boys look, like, confused. They're like, I don't get it. Yeah,
because they're doing their inside joke, like, they're being British together.
Yeah, I was like,
and Webby's like, I had to be there.
I was like, aw.
Yeah, which is nice. And so, I say bye. But Lena, we get this, like, different music starting out.
Yeah, the music shifts. Yeah, and then we get, like, a pan. Yeah. A pan of, like, Lena's face walking towards, like, the camera.
Yeah. And then she goes back to the big Greek amphitheater. And we get, in, like, the big shot of the amphitheater. I'm waiting for it to pause so I can read it better.
I paused it wrong.
There's the amphitheater. And, like, so it's definitely broken down. Like, there's what is it called? Like, the metal stuff sticking out of, like, the, it's clearly, like, there's pieces missing of the walls. Like, it's old and abandoned, obviously.
Yeah.
And there's, like, these, like, weird, black, shadowy...
Like, it's graffiti.
Graffiti. And it says, like, beware, and the quack.
Quack. I love the quack.
And
I love that overall, like, whenever they go to, like, sketchy-looking places or whatever, there's graffiti all over the place. I love that. I love graffiti in general. Yeah. But I love, like, the detail of adding it to places. Yeah. But
They look like the, from Princess and the Frog, the shadow monster that fast in the air that the Shadow Man summons. They have, like, kind of, like, whoosh kind of thing going on. But they're just graffiti.
And then, like, half of it is, like, in water. Like
yeah. Like there's like the stage and then water and then the seats.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, and so we get Lena going back there, and she pulls out her like talisman thing, her purple talisman, and starts this like fucking chant.
I forgot to write it down.
I wrote it down.
Okay.
Should I say it or
Yes.
should we put the clip in?
You can put the clip in.
I'll put the clip in.
Summon spirit from the dark. Show thyself before this ark. Free thy dread soul from its prison. Once more shall thee be arisen. And Magica, I'm in.
But it's like spooky and shit. And she summons Magica Dispel. Like, I was spoiled for this, unfortunately, before I saw the episode. I was looking for the download, and I saw this scene where she sees Magica, and I'm like, God damn it, shit.
The main spoiler.
Yeah, the only spoiler.
No, like this is the one that we watched after we recorded the first time, right? I think it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I was yelling. Yeah. I was like, fuck. Yeah. Because, like, you know, for some of the other villains, we kind of, like, we know who's going to show up eventually.
Yeah, like, Glomgold was the first one, the very first episode. We got Beagle Boys. Like, we're not surprised.
We're not surprised about this. But this was, like, straight up. Because, like, the Della Dip was also a surprise.
Oh, yeah, like, fuck.
Yeah, but, like, I wasn't expecting this plotline to show up.
Oh, yeah. So, like... So we have the whole Della plotline of what the fuck happened, family mystery, and now we have this whole like Magica Dispel going on.
Yeah, it's fucking.
And I forgot about it, and I'm like, wait, she's up to something.
Yeah,
wait, what's her plan?
She's gonna do something because she, like the way she shows up, it's like a shadowy figure. She has like really long like.
Yeah, like fingers and like shadowy, scary stuff. But so we'll put the chant in that in the chant that Lena does. She, like, it says it's like free thy dread soul from its prison. It's part of the chant, so it looks like Magica is trapped somewhere. Yeah, because Magica is not Magica here physically.
No, it's just her shadow.
It's her shadow. So, and we see because she summons the shadow, and she's like, Aunt Magica, I'm in.
I'm in. I was like hacker voice.
Yeah,
I'm in.
Type noise.
Typing.
I'm in.
And
Magica does a creepy smile.
Yeah, because all you can see are like kind of like the red of where the eyes would be.
eyes and mouth, and then like her hair and stuff.
Yeah, and then like her like mouth like widens, and I'm just like, oh my god.
Yeah, but so it looks like Magica is definitely trapped somewhere.
Yeah.
And because it looks like she could only because Lena has to like summon her to communicate with her, but we'll see it in Terror of the Tenor in the next episode. There's that changes a little bit.
Yeah, it's a little bit more. It kind of like comes and goes, sort of.
We'll talk about that in the next episode, but in this one, so Magica Dispel, if you don't know who that is introduced. She was introduced by Carl Barks in the original Uncle Scrooge comics from the 40s, I want to say. Wow. She's this Italian witch lady who wants Scrooge's #1 dime for a spell that will give her the Midas touch and make her the richest duck in the world.
Nice.
That's her original goal in the comics. In the 80s series, it was kind of vague.
It's vague. She just kind of wants more power.
She wants the dime for reasons.
And then, like, the thing is, when she wants it, she always ends up using magic that I think is cooler than the magic she wants to get.
She can, like, change her appearance. Yeah. She can fly. She got, like, a broom and shit. She can, like, teleport, too. Like,
it's
so,
weird.
Like, her magic made no sense in the original series. What she wanted to do with the dime didn't make much sense. She was voiced by June Foray, who you'll know if you watched cartoons ever. She voiced Granny, like Granny from the Looney Tunes. What's the bird's name? Tweety's owner, that old lady. She voiced Rocky from Rocky and Bullwinkle, a bunch of other people, and obviously Magica. And Magica had this, like, Eastern European accent. Yeah,
it was kind of confusing, because I was like, wait, she was originally Italian? Then why does she have...
She's Italian in the comics, and this we see that she's British later.
Yeah. She's voiced by Catherine Tate.
Yeah.
Who I love.
Doctor Who.
She was Donna, so we have legit Doctor and Companion for this show. We have, obviously, David Tennant. Yeah. And then we have Catherine Tate, who played Donna, and I love her. Mm-hmm. They were in a musical together, which I didn't know that until a few years ago.
I haven't even watched that much Doctor Who.
They're really great. I was like, fuck.
But yeah, so it looks like Magica, like the actual Magica might be trapped trapped somewhere by Scrooge because she wants Lena to get in with Scrooge's family.
Yeah, and like we had heard before that like Scrooge has protection against like
magical protection against vengeance curses.
Uh-huh.
So that was nice. But so Magic is clearly trapped somewhere, and she needs Lena to get in with the family and do something.
Yeah, to like release her, because obviously like this isn't like the extent of her power. She's just like trapped.
Yeah. From the Chan, it looks like she is trapped somewhere. So like crazy ending.
It was so unexpected. I was just like, this is just shenanigans.
Yeah, it's shenanigans. We get this like a rebellious teen.
Yeah, a sassy teen.
Yeah, a sassy teenager and some Beagle antics.
Yeah.
But then we end with this, and you're like, oh shit. So there's clearly like these two main underlying plots.
Yeah, I was like, shit. I was like expecting the one plot. I was like, one plot is good, and then you have some shenanigans spread around. But now we have like two of them and shenanigans. Yeah, it's so good.
And so there's an episode where that doesn't have to do with any of these plots. I'm like, is there? I'm like, what the heck? But I'm like, wait, there's a huge underlying plot.
It'll come to bite us in the ass.
Yeah. Oh god, I'm ready to. Yep. To
I'm
die.
ready. Yeah.
To have all this stuff happen. I'm really excited to see Magica in the flesh and all that.
Yeah. Fuck. And she looks a lot different than her original.
Yeah. So far, she looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. But should we do question now?
Oh yeah. I need to get that. So since this is our first real episode, I guess
we're after releasing our first one, so like we're online.
Yeah, and I thank you guys so much for your support.
Yeah,
it's meant a lot.
Yes,
because honestly, I hit publish at a really weird time. It was like midnight. Yeah, I was up.
RB.
Okay.
Oh, is it? You got it?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, what's
you guys won't know how long it took to get this. So we got a few questions / comments from Super Cutie Hannah-chan, who I think was the person who asked us the two anonymous questions last episode. Technically our first episode.
So second episode. Episode number 2.
Exactly.
But it's been a while.
Yeah, it's weird. We'll eventually hopefully get like at a nice sync. It's just that we're recording when we can, and then editing when we can.
We're trying to catch up.
Yeah.
And get episodes since there's been so many have come out.
I know. We're almost caught up-ish. Yeah. But yeah, okay. So, this is kind of answered. This is the weird thing. Okay, so the question is, what are our thoughts on the new gyro?
Yeah, and we kind of answered that in episode 3.
Yeah,
episode 4. My bad. Episode 4 of the Great Time Chase.
Mm-hmm. But I don't know, that's like a little tiny overview. Yeah. I really like the new one.
Him.
I love him. Because I mean, it also says here, like, people don't like him because of his hipster design. I love the fact that he wears, like, a hipster-ish kind of clothing.
I love it. It's just a very fresh new take on Gyro. Like, the whole thing's a very fresh new take on him.
It's so good.
Yeah. I love this new Gyro. I love Jim Rash. And so hearing Gyro speak with Jim Rash's voice and just be hilarious and great is very nice.
He's so good.
I'm really excited for more of him.
Same. I love, like, because I was, like, thinking right now, like, his clothing in the OG, I would consider even that hipster for the time.
Yeah.
Because he's dressed like
weird, like 1920s.
Like barbershop outfit kind of
like the thingies on his arm that make the sleeves kind of poof, and like that weird like almost like a bolo tie going on.
So even then I think he was a hipster. Yeah. So they just kind of upped the hipster. Modern hipster. Mm-hmm. Okay, so another question is if we have ever played the original NES game?
NES,
whatever.
No, because I don't know how to find that.
Yeah. I didn't play it growing up.
Yeah.
I had a PlayStation, but it was mostly games my brother liked.
I had 0 video games growing up, so...
But no, we haven't played it. I mean, we can try to find it,
Yeah, we can try to find it. If it's just, like, online and less than $5.
Yeah, we'll try.
I mean, I'd love to play it to, like... Because there's, like, the Moon theme that's really famous, and, like, Scrooge on the Pogo Stick.
Damn. And apparently, like, the music is really good.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. The Moon theme
Okay,
might show up in this series, which is, like, really, really nice Moon theme. It's really nice music. It's Lin-Manuel Miranda loves it. It's like his favorite song. And so I'm like, nice choice.
That's good. Okay.
But we'll try to play and find it and play it.
Yeah, we'll see what we can do. I think someone said that you can find it online, but I'm just like, would you need, like, to connect something to it? I don't know.
We'll do research.
Yeah. Okay, so the last question was if there's any theories or headcanons that you like coming from the fandom. There's a lot.
What do you have, dude?
I mean, because, like, the theory that Duckworth will become
dead?
Yeah, that one too. That's one of my favorites. But more like the theory that, like, oh my god, I can't speak.
The Beagle?
that he's one of the Beagles is, like, probably my favorite thing right now. And also, like, some of, like, the Darkwing Duck things, but I feel like some of it is, like, spoiler-ish.
I guess. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, so I won't really say it.
We won't talk about the Darkwing stuff, because it has been released, like, Tad Stone's released, like, what Darkwing will be like in the new series, at least a little bit. Like, what his first appearance will be like.
But, like, some people don't really want to know yet, so I'm just like, okay.
Yeah, so we'll bring that up when Darkwing shows up.
Exactly.
And just for reference, I will cry when Darkwing shows up. And we hear Jim Cummings speak as Darkwing.
Same. I'm gonna cry so many times during this.
But was a theory like a launch pad? That's mostly mine, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
guess.
You're online. What's your favorite theory?
My theory is because we know Beakley's a spy. I can't wait to get more of that. Because she said so offhand, oh, I'm a spy.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get more of Beakley being a badass. But also, I really want to get more of Launchpad. Because we see in the episode of, in the Gladstone episode, I think House of the Lucky Gander, I think is what it's called. Launchpad goes on this whole side quest thing.
He has his own adventure that we don't get to see.
Huge adventure. So my kind of tentative theory that Launchpad is more like a secret agent too.
Yeah.
Like
and it connects to, like, the old series.
Yeah, in Double O Duck. In the original series of Ducktales, he becomes a secret agent for like a day. And, like, help save the world.
The best.
So, like, I would love that to be a thing that happens, but who knows? I just want more Launchpad.
Big saying, actually, yeah, that's my dream right now. Yeah. More Launchpad. But yeah, like, the fandom has so many good, like, headcanons and stuff. Yeah, everyone's so creative.
I suck at headcanons, I'm sorry.
It's same. I'm like, I just kind of reblog things. I don't really come up with my own stuff.
Yeah, I'm like, I like that.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
But yeah, so yeah.
Yeah, I think, is that it for us?
That's it for this episode. It's not it for today, but it's for this episode.
We're recording another episode after this, but you won't know. Well, you will if we keep this in, but...
Yeah.
Ooh.
Spooky.
Mystery.
Anyways, you can find us at...
Amores Patos at Tumblr.
Yeah.
Me at MightyAnt at Tumblr.com.
You can find me, Faby, at lovetheinsane.tumblr.com. And you can find, like, well, obviously, if you're listening to this, you found it. But,
yes.
You know, we're at Google Play and iTunes and Libsyn, the original website.
Yes. And if you can leave us a rating or a review, that really help us, make us feel good. And we will read any reviews on the air. Yeah,
we'll read them, give you credit for anything. Ask us more questions. We're legit. Our Gmail is amorespatospodcast@gmail.com. Mm-hmm. We're on Twitter at amorespattos.
But we don't do much on there.
Yeah. So. Maybe eventually when we catch up.
Yeah.
Because it feels weird to, like, tweet things out. Yeah. And be like, well, you're not going to see this for a few weeks. Because, like, I tweet things like, oh, yeah, like, I'm editing. Or, like, I've tweeted, like, we're done editing. Like, this is out.
Like, I want to tweet a picture of the catacombs so you can get the horror of all the bones.
Yeah, like, we'll probably eventually tweet this out. I wanted to tweet out a picture.
Bone?
I wanted to tweet out a picture of our original setup of us sitting on the floor.
Yeah.
But, like, that'll come out later when...
Yeah, that's episode 4.
Yeah, so at this point, it'll be released, 3. But not when we're recording.
Episode
it's
3.
Weird. Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But whatever, bear with us. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Later.
Hello there, Faby here. Here are some bonus bloopers Anna and I thought you guys might enjoy. Also, if you listen closely to previous episodes, Anna's constantly calling it the Great Beagle Massacre, and that's kind of fucked up.
Go. welcome to the, what episode is this? Welcome to our review of the, damn it, I suck at introducing shit. What are you talking about?
The 4th episode.
Well, it's just go like episode, like our episodes. It's the 5th episode,
It's
right?
the 5th episode.
So we'll just go by the episode titles.
Are we recording this?
No. God, no. Just leave it.
Later.
Hi, welcome to the 5th episode of Amores Patos, in which we review the episode, The Great Beagle Massacre. If you just...
Stop calling it that!
God damn it! Damn it! I was doing so good!
It's horrifying.
Damn it!
We'll just...
Should I start over? I'll start over. Because we keep bursting into laughter, so...